Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Is this Chattanooga's best kept secret, or is it just too small and too far from the action? If you're looking for gorgeous mountain views, outdoor adventure, and really more house for your money, this might be the perfect place for you. But what about the traffic, the nightlife, and what's up with that huge TVA nuclear plant? Today we're breaking down everything you need to know about living in Soddy Daisy so you can decide if it's the right fit for you. Hey, I'm Joe LeFew, a local realtor here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. On this channel, I help people discover the best places to live, explore hidden gems, and get the real pros and cons of life in Tennessee. So if that sounds good to you, please be sure to hit the subscribe button because I have plenty more of town deep dives coming up. Now let's talk about what it's really like to live in Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Soddy Daisy isn't a fast-paced city. It's not a sleepy town either, though. It's got heart. It's got amazing community and just really a rhythm all of its own. The days around here start early. You have Bill over at the feed and seed, unlocking the doors, Heather down at Wimpy's, getting the griddle hot for the breakfast crowd, TVA workers and high school kids driving down Sequoia Access Road, heading in for their shifts or off for a day of school. Some folks are grabbing a bite over at Home Folks, while others are out hitting their morning walk at Veterans Park. It's really the kind of place where most everyone knows each other. Local businesses aren't just places to shop. They're really the heartbeat of the entire town. So a lot of out-of-towners that I get to talk to come here and ask about that funny name, Soddy Daisy. It wasn't always one city. It was actually two separate cities, Soddy and Daisy. And then back in 1969, they finally merged to become the Soddy Daisy we know today. Quick little local history on the name. Soddy is either believed to have come from a Cherokee word to Soddy, and then others claim it was named after William Sodder, who was a settler that ran a local trading post here. And the Daisy part of the name is not up for debate. That one was actually named after Daisy Parks, who was the daughter of a local railroad executive. Soddy Daisy was built on coal mining, railroads, industry, and even played a role in the Civil War. Today, it's a mix of small town charm and modern convenience. Now, of course, a big question people have about this small town life: what is there to do in Soddy Daisy? Ever heard of the Blue Hole? It's a crystal clear swimming hole hidden back in Big Soddy Creek. If you want excellent bass fishing spot for some record-breaking catches, Chickamauga Lake is one of the top bass fishing lakes in the entire country. And if you get lucky and catch it on just the right day, you might see a bald eagle out there swooping down to grab some food out of the water, either on our side of the river or we're a short boat ride away from Harrison Bay State Park. Both options to see some great wildlife. And Soddy Daisy isn't just some suburb city of Chattanooga. It's really an outdoor lover's dream. Okay, so now let's talk about those massive towers you can see from some of the roadways around here. The TVA Sequoia nuclear plant. Some people come here and hear the word nuclear and get nervous and decide to look in a different part around Chattanooga than to be so close. But to put a little bit of perspective on it, first, TVA is one of the most highly regulated and safest nuclear plants in the entire country. Second, it doesn't hurt that it keeps our electricity bills around here 25 to 30% lower than the national average. And also, it's the biggest job provider in the entire region, offering high-paying, long-term careers. For locals, TVA isn't something to worry about. It's essential in what makes life in Soddy Daisy more affordable, stable, and economically strong. All right, let's talk about some pros and cons here. What are the real-life pros and cons of living in Soddy Daisy? Pro number one, more house for your money. In Soddy Daisy, the average home cost is $380,000. Compared to Chattanooga proper, you're going to be looking at $430 plus. If you want more space, a yard, lower costs, this is the place for you. Con number one, the traffic on Sequoia Access Road can get a little busy. Look, if you work at TVA and you need to commute, you will hit some traffic. That road gets backed up, especially during shift changes and school hours, when you have all the workers going into the plant along with the school zones turned on for the high school or the elementary school down that road. It gets a little congested. Pro number two, we basically have an outdoor paradise here. If you love hiking, fishing, kayaking, just being surrounded by nature in general, This place is incredible. The Blue Hole, Big Soddy Gulf, Chickamauga Lake, all just minutes away, basically in your backyard. So con number 2, and this is a deal breaker for a lot of people, limited nightlife and dining. Soddy Daisy is not the place for your rooftop bars and your trendy brunch spot. There are literally only 2 restaurants in town that even serve alcohol. So if you want big city nightlife without having to drive to it, it's not for you. You're definitely gonna have to drive to Chattanooga or to Hickson to get anything that resembles that. Pro number 3, a really strong community feel. One thing that sets Soddy Daisy apart is the tight-knit community. It's the kind of place where neighbors still look out for one another. Local businesses aren't just shops, they're where you have friends. You know the owners, you're invested in their success, and they appreciate your business. You'll see this at Home Folks, at Wimpy's, at Steve's Landing, where regulars have been going for years. I actually have some friends that took their very first date at Steve's Landing and go back every single year on that day. Steve has not just become a friend to them, he's basically like part of their family now. This year they went back for their anniversary, and he had a plaque made for them with the coordinates of his restaurant and presented it to them during their meal. That's not a guy looking for making a buck off of you. That's somebody that really cares. Like, he took the time to not only come up with the idea, but then to execute having it made and then gave it to them on their anniversary. Who does that? Like, where are you going to get that at? You're not going to get that in some big city, I assure you. It is just one of a million stories that this town has to offer on how special it truly is. If you want a place where people know your name and truly care, you'll love it here. Con number 3, fewer job opportunities outside of TVA and trades. While TVA is a fantastic employer, if you don't work in energy, manufacturing, or a trade, job opportunities in Soddy Daisy are pretty limited. Many residents do commute into Chattanooga for work, which can mean a longer daily drive. So if you're in tech, marketing, or a field that needs a big job market, you might have to look somewhere other than Soddy Daisy or be good with a commute. So is Soddy Daisy right for you? Let's recap real quick. It's perfect for you if you love the outdoors and you want to hike and fish and have nature in your backyard. Want more home for your money than Chattanooga proper? You prefer quiet, small town feel, tight-knit community? Now, you may struggle here if you need to be close to big city nightlife and entertainment. You hate commuting because you'll probably be driving to Chattanooga very often. You want tons of restaurants and shopping without having to leave town. This may not be the spot for you. So there you have it. Everything you need to know about Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Would you consider moving here? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Soddy Daisy or anywhere in the Chattanooga area, I'd love to help. I'm Joe LaFew, a local realtor, and I help people just like you find the perfect place to call home. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button because I've got plenty more of town deep dives coming up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.